All right. I see a bunch of questions in the chat. We'll go one by one. Um, don't wait till the end to put questions. You can put it right now itself, so that definitely will take up your question. We'll start with Ankit's question. Ankit says, "Hi, I'm a 7 year experienced IT professional. Okay, I started my first 3 years in Angular. Pretty cool. Angular is a great front end language. Then switched to MNC where I am working on a framework Construct 3, which is used to develop games. Nice. In the last 4 years, I have not grown in any skills. Okay. Okay. And I feel I have even lost all skills what I had. Okay. Seeing the current market and the competition, it scares me. I have now put myself in comfort zone and want to come out of it. To get a remote job and want to become a great front end developer and also get into full stack developer. My ultimate goal is to get a remote job. How should I proceed in the next 6 to 8 months to achieve this goal? Okay. Um, so first thing I want to understand from Ankit. Ankit, maybe you can unmute and share. Like why remote? Why uh, like you mentioned three goals: get a remote job, become a great front end developer, also get into full stack developer. So remote उसमें number one पे क्यों है? What is the reason for that?
Actually, I am in uh, Lucknow, so in my city there are less uh, MNCs or less companies compared to Bangalore or Noida or NCR region. So that is why, and I also don't want to move out from Lucknow, basically. So that is why uh, I have put remote job on number one priority.
Got it. So when you say you don't want to move out, like it's some like personal reason, I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm the only child and also
Okay,
I'm
that's fine.
married, so that is why.
ठीक है, ठीक है,
Mhm.
ठीक है. So why I asked this is कि compared to 2 years back, अभी there are very less remote jobs. अगर पहले there were 100 remote jobs, so now there are only 10. So like 10x कम jobs है remote में. What that means is competition for the remaining remote jobs has increased 10 times or even like 20 times because there are many people like you who have some constraints and therefore are looking for remote openings. And once they have also seen 2 3 years back that hey, it's possible, so now um, the first priority for many people is to get remote jobs. The only thing is कि अब सबको चाहिए तो कंपटीशन ज़्यादा हो जाता है. So that means you have to be very good in comparison to other people who are applying to that remote job. So that is the number one hurdle to get a remote job. It's like a वो thing कि अरे if you're only applying to a remote job, um, then maybe you you like, since you also mentioned right the last 4 years may you feel you have stagnated, so like these two things might not align क्योंकि remote roles may mostly companies would be looking for people who are who have a good growth trajectory, because like they get a very high number of applications. So we can start focusing on the number two and number three things as of today because you mentioned a timeline. How should I proceed in the next 6 to 8 months to achieve this goal? So let's focus on the number two thing, which is becoming a great front end developer. So, can you tell me, like, first three things, may what are the topics you learned, and last 4 years, may what kind of projects you're working at?
Last 4 years, I have been working on so currently I am in the project which I am are designing games. So I am developing games. So that has been mostly on construct framework. So I have only been denoting my times on Construct, but from last 5 to 6 months, I've been trying to learn React and also vanilla JavaScript. And because I've lost touch, so I've first gone through JavaScript and then came back to React and now learning and trying to create some projects and showcase my skills. So that is what I'm trying. and catch up
Okay.
with things for the like
So
what is the current market and what people are developing and what can be like how can I showcase my skills. So that is what I'm like trying to do.
understood. Can you give me like more like details about the construct framework, construct 3? Is it like, do you write code there, or how does it work?
Uh, Actually, this is very simple framework. You have to get only basic knowledge about coding.
Can you like share your screen, share me like a project so like I get some context of key what does your day
Uh,
to day look like, because otherwise I have to Google
I
construct 3
don't,
and
I don't, I don't have that license in current laptop, so it's in my company laptop only. So, but I can
do you have like some GitHub project, something that you can showcase कि भाई construct में ऐसा
uh,
code दिखता है?
so it's only like you have some actions and then you have
Can
some
you show
sprites.
me visually?
Can you like wait? I have to search if
Okay, meanwhile, while Ankit searches, we will go to the next one and then we'll come back. Okay, so we have this. Hey Swapnil, I got my first job in November at a startup. Nice. I initially thought it was a funded company, but after joining, I realized it was a new project under a different company. Okay, it was weird. I was the only developer and they were experimenting with the product. The workload was intense. I ended up working 7 days a week. Eventually, I resigned and lost faith in working for startups. Now I'm in a confused state and my confidence is at an all time low. Okay, okay. Hmm. Um, I'm just sharing some more context around this because I feel it might be relevant to the group. Um, and I remember this case because um, the person had an option between two companies. One was a thoda bigger company, but it was paying a bit less, and um, the company that he ended up joining was a smaller company, but it was paying more. And despite telling ki nahi bhai, like that what are the risks that are associated with the small company, if you're running behind money, so the risk that is associated with it, that is always there. So I feel that's a part of life. It's a learning. Take it as a learning. um so you mentioned workload was intense and therefore you resigned. That's totally fine, but you also say you lost faith in working for startups. I would say, um, don't do that. You're in a confused state, confidence is at an all-time low. Don't think about that because you cracked multiple offers, right? When when we discussed this the last time, you had multiple offers in your hand, which means ki you have skills. Nobody, like, if you see, uh, there would be many people in this call itself who are looking for that one offer itself कि भाई एक offer आ जाए and then we can do this, we can do that. You had multiple, so from that perspective, don't lose confidence because your skills are validated. You, like, I can say ki hey bro, you have skills because like we have talked before, right? So uh, definitely you have skills. Now it's just about figuring out what kind of workplace you want to look at. And yeah, if like it's basically designing your career ki, hey, this is how I want to start, and then this is what I want to do 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, etc. I would suggest ki get into some company, uh, because when you're not working, then all these kind of thoughts come in your mind. Hey, am I good enough, etc., etc. um DM me after this call. Tell me what companies have you applied recently, how the interview process is going. And yeah, let's talk and let's figure something out. Uh, good thing is you now know what you like, what you don't like. For example, you now know that hey, I don't like high workload. What that means is key, and of course, this is as of right now. It could be the case that 2 years later you end up liking the high workload. But as of now, you don't like high workload, which means ki, hey, we will not apply to companies which are small. Let's say 5 people, 10 people companies. We should not be applying to. Let's apply to like some medium scale companies, and हो जाएगा. मतलब I don't think um, like I have never seen someone with your skill level not having a good career. I can say this because I am doing this for over 5 years now, right? I have talked to thousands of folks, both in group calls like this, one-on-one calls. Like this is what I do. So I can just like assure you, ki based on skills, it's just a matter of time for you. It's nothing ki bhai कॉन्फिडेंस लूज करने वाला कोई बात नहीं है बिकॉज आई एम टेलिंग यू कि हे यू हैव स्किल्स इट्स जस्ट अ मैटर ऑफ टाइमिंग नाउ सो या लेट्स जस्ट डीएम मी लेट्स टॉक ओके coming back to Ankit, did you find something that you can showcase? Ankit, can you hear me? Ankit, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes, I found something. Sure. Give me 2 3 minutes more, then I'll share. Okay, you
ठीक है.
can.
Let's move to the next question. Ajit says, is it possible to start career in IT after 10 to 12 years career gap? Um, from a from a skill perspective, I don't think the gap matters. What matters is what can you do for the company, and um, in general, the older a person is, they become more wise, right? Like they see the world, and they are able to navigate it better. Like for example, in general, older people are more down to earth, more humble, uh, etc., versus younger folks might be a bit arrogant, and all that. So from a soft skills perspective, like it's actually good that you have like a lot of age experience. Now to start a career, it's about skills. I'm not sure where are you currently in your journey. If you are at just the starting point, or you have learned some things, or you have learned a lot of things, you feel your job ready. I am not sure, like if you can reply to your message itself, like hover over your message on the right hand side. If you just reply, maybe you can unmute and like just share, like where are you currently at your journey, like what all do you know, and what is on your roadmap to learn. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello.
Yes, Arijit.
Yes, actually, I was working in telecom organization,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem is that when due to some health issue, I had to leave that job, and they were not given any kind of work experience certificate.
Okay.
So that's actually giving rise to this problem of career gap. Okay. So I actually did my completed my BTech in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and in the recently in 2021, and I completed the MTech also.
Okay.
So how much is this career gap will be going to affect me And how should I like if I want to transition to the IT field, because I want a kind of job that is like office based. Uh, you can understand. So
Sure.
that's that is why I'm asking.
And in terms of like tech skills, like have you
Okay,
learned?
regarding test skills, like I am basically learning by myself
Hmm.
through watching YouTube videos and this
Oh,
HTML, CSS, JavaScript, this
okay.
like web development part up to React. I have I have taken the courses like in the YouTube, and
Okay.
also I was trying in some local companies, although they are not paying much or not at all paying. They are trying to settle for internship, and thus they are not paying much. And uh, I was I was able to uh, work in some Flutter projects,
Okay.
and that's it.
Can you describe like what did you build using Flutter?
Okay, so there was some app related to like one e-commerce application.
Hmm.
It is also hosted in the Play Store.
Okay.
Its name is Hardware Cart. So
Okay.
I was actually working I was actually converting the Figma design to
Hmm.
Flutter, and
Okay.
using the GateX management, state management. The state management part I was doing through the GateX package.
Okay.
And other projects, there are actually some freelancing projects also. Some people were asking me to they have developed a app, and they were asking me to you can make some changes, like you can make some pages, extra pages, and get the UI, like the state management of that. So that kind of things I've also done.
Got it.
Like basically the API integrations, the state management, and Figma to Flutter conversion. These
I
three
think
part I
I
have.
think this is good. Can you share a link to the Play Store app that you were mentioning?
Okay, here. Uh, Sorry, hello.
Yeah, can you share the link of the Play Store app that
Okay,
you
okay,
mentioned?
okay. I'm sharing.
Okay. Meanwhile, Arijit, can you were you able to find it? Sorry, Arijit, nahi, Ankit, were you able to find it?
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
was able to find, and
Yeah. Can you share your screen?
yes, yes. I'll share my screen. Can you help me out? Where is the option to share?
बॉटम
Hmm?
में बीच में ग्रीन बटन है शेयर का.
Okay, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
So, is my screen visible? Like,
Yeah.
hmm. So, what happens is we have these layouts
Mm-hmm.
in which we put all our sprites and different things,
ठीक है.
and we have a layering system, all sounds, music, different thing. We import uh, different XMLs and whatever we want from the LMS learning system. Okay,
ठीक है.
and this is a simple example. I have this layout over here, and just okay, and it moves to some direction currently, and then direction. So that is how, this is just two steps which I've done. But a demo of my game which I have created, this is my I should not show, but you can also visit and see if you can log
Mm-hmm.
in, try. So there are 17 games SDG. This is based on SDG. So
Okay.
we have, this was a recent product which we have launched. Among this, four games have been developed by me. So this game which you are seeing is DG 14. It is life below water. So
Okay.
this has been designed by, this has been wholly created by me only. not designed,
Nice.
but
Mm-hmm.
I'm the sole developer of this.
Okay.
So if you want to play, you can create your ID and play. But I don't think I have. I can show you demo only. That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
all I.
show demo.
So five is the simple one which was created by that is based on something like
नहीं
what
नहीं
we
show the most complex one ना.
yes, that is what I'm trying to show. The complex one which I have created was this. It has a parallax effect. It shows the screen, and we have to collect the materials, and this is based in the random generator when all those things have been there, and
Understood.
animations and all those things comes up. Also, I have to cater to these things like if the vehicle
Okay,
is in
so
water.
animations like this, ये +1
Uh,
+2,
these
like heart.
these
Okay.
animations have all been provided to me, but all those thing coding and
Yeah,
it's
linking
it
them
is
all
not
together.
it is not a general JavaScript coding. It is simple.
So
If you
you
have
mentioned
a
कि
logic building, then it can be easily done. If you see over here, only you need to know some logic and that's all. But
right, जैसे you
it
mentioned
is
कि
not
random,
related to.
you mentioned
Hmm.
कि random number generator. So
Uh-huh.
how do you do this? Like, can you show me?
So what I did, I was facing how random number. So it has something called a random uh, number generate thing, and we can use that function and it would generate. So via that I did, and in this so what we are doing is in this there are items which have to be populated obstacles and also the creatures. So I did what I did was I was not putting in same x-axis. I had put some boxes and over there I had designed, and over there I was trying to fit every 3 seconds and 7 seconds, and then I created a function over where I was generating outside the layout. So if you see over here layout, so I am generating over here and I have like a gap of 2 or 3 seconds, and I was trying ki if they are colliding, then they should be separated. So that way,
Understood.
and I have created a parallax effect. So there are two layouts which are coming after one after other. If you
Got
see
it.
over here, so this parallax effect is coming. These
Yeah,
are single image, but it is coming. So I put two screens together, and
understood.
once this one screen is out, so I put that in front over here. So it
Got
creates a
it.
kind of parallax effect. It
Got it.
works on mobile also, iOS device also.
Nice.
So that is how it has been played.
Understood. Understood.
So there are
Got it.
four games among 16 which I have developed.
Got it. Got it. But like seeing the
Hmm.
editor, it's mostly like putting the blocks together
Yes,
rather than
correct.
hardcore coding.
That is not
Acha.
hardcore coding. That is why I told you.
Understood.
I feel
Understood.
like I have lost. I am
हाँ
in touch
हाँ.
with JavaScript because jQuery and all things have been
Correct.
used. So,
Basically, this is like a
uh,
very high level of coding.
yes, correct. You can say that.
Got it. Got it.
So,
Got it.
and because I have worked on Angular in previous companies, so I was uh, that also now I am not in touch with it. Recently, I went to see the documentation for Angular, and I had worked on 9 and 10, and currently 17 version has been released. And so I was amazed, like
Right.
I
Right.
feel like
ठीक है.
I have become really old, and
Got it.
that was
Got it.
shocking for me.
ठीक है. ठीक है.
Okay,
तो
okay.
as a
Hmm.
um as a next step, so you like to get a remote job. तो देखो इसमें तो remote job बोलना बहुत मुश्किल है.
No, no,
This is a
I
very
don't want a
niche.
remote
हाँ.
job in this thing.
Correct,
I'll be
correct.
honest.
So, so you will have to get into like a proper coding thing. Um, what I would recommend is start. Um, let's say
Ac-
pick.
I'll
Go ahead.
give one information also. I was also part of Neogi camp, first
Okay,
Neogi camp,
okay.
and from there you pick few students also,
Hmm.
and you help them out. So I was not able to complete because I got COVID. Then, but because
Okay,
of Neogi camp, I was able to switch to companies. So
got it.
then after that, I got into this situation of comfort zone.
Understood.
So
Understood.
that is what I
Understood.
answer.
Okay. So more or less you know you know the whole cycle already ki
Yes,
you
yes,
know
yes.
you are in comfort zone. That's the first
Hmm.
step. So now it's about putting extra time on nights and weekends to build those skills, and since you have done this before, so pretty much you know also कैसे करना है, you know कि भाई ये टाइप के projects होते हैं.
Hmm.
And uh, since you know Angular, so you can start with front end. Let's try creating some front end projects, and I'm pretty sure you can come up with कि क्या बनाना है, right?
Correct, correct.
And then you also start adding back into them, and just to have some sort of like a deadline or something, you can also check out the hiring tests that we run every week. तो
Hmm.
वो भी when you attempt, so you'll get a good calibration of where you stand. So it's like you just come on a Sunday morning and you just try to build that the project, the question that we give in 3 hours. तो एक कैलिब्रेशन हो जाएगा कि अच्छा दिस इज व्हाट
Hmm.
वुड बी रिक्वायर्ड इन अ करंट इंटरव्यू सेटिंग. तो
Okay, okay.
yeah, I would recommend ki start building projects, start with front end because you know Angular, and then
Hmm.
slowly add back end things as well. And then just start attempting our weekly hiring tests. And um good thing is you have a 6 to 8 month timeline in mind, which is, I would say, a reasonable timeline. It's not too tight, it's not too slow, so it's a good enough timeline. I feel this is doable. So 6 to 8 months is basically
I
by.
actually, yes,
Hmm.
and yes, I was like going to attempt this 23rd.
Hmm.
I have marked in my calendar also. So I thought that even if I'll not be able to do anything, I'll
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
know how the tests are appearing and how
yeah.
the
And the good,
environment is. So
yeah, and the good thing is ki the benefit of attempting a test is कि एक रियलिटी चेक मिलता है, एक यू गेट टू नो कि अच्छा अब ये डायरेक्शन में एफर्ट डालना है, ये डायरेक्शन में यू नो स्किल बिल्ड करना है. वर्सेस अगर रैंडम है तो रैंडम में यू कैन लर्न 10 थिंग्स राइट आफ्टर दिस कॉल. बट व्हेन यू अटेम्प्ट अ टेस्ट एंड देन वो नहीं होता है क्लियर, तो यू नो कि अच्छा नहीं, लेट्स फर्स्ट ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन ओनली. तो वही तुम बार बार करोगे तो लाइक दैट इट सेल्फ बिकम्स अ रोड मैप फॉर यू.
so do we have like every week these tests, or like I know for one of 23rd one, which I got
Yeah,
this
yeah,
from
so
notice.
you can go to our website. I'll just put it in the put it in the link as well, in the chart as well, so you can see every week there would be something. So um, you can do front end, full stack, back end, you can like attempt all of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Cool.
Let's see how it goes, and then yeah, let's talk
Mm,
again in
mm.
next, like sometime next month maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Let's move to. Okay, Arijit has shared some links in the chat. Okay, there are some Play Store apps. There are 3 Play Store apps. All right, all right. Cool. Looks good, Arijit. So what I would recommend is same link that I have shared in the chat. You'll see there is a mobile dev hiring test on April 6th. So yeah, I would just recommend you attempt that. And yeah, since you have built Play Store apps already, so this would be a good refresher for you. So yeah, let's try that and let's talk after that. Let's move to the next question. This is done. This is done. Okay. Tanmay says, hello, I'm a second year CS dropout student. Can I still get a job without any professional degree of good salary? Currently, I'm Java Mon Stack developer and learning ASP.NET. All right, so of course, like that's what we are here for. We advocate that skills should matter more than your degrees because that is what you actually need on the job. So in most hiring companies you might not get shortlisted because most HRs would add a filter of the degree, etc. But yeah, you can attempt a hiring test which don't look at your prior background, and yeah, they just look for the skills that you showcase in the 3 hour test. So yeah, I would just say go ahead and attempt a test, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Next one says, "Hello Swapnil, my name is Bhupendra. I'm working as a full stack developer in one real estate based startups from last 9 8 9 months. Best thing about real estate is कि भाई, it's a very uh, evergreen business. Like सबको land चाहिए. Okay, I have few issues in my current company as they are not providing any leaves, not even government holidays. Okay, so I'm not getting enough time for myself to scale up. Apart from that, they are not providing any kind of PF. So I have a doubt, will my current experience be counted or not? One thing is good, that in my less experienced career, I am getting good responsibility in company projects. I'm getting chances to lead multiple modules in the ongoing project. I'm confused. What should I do? Should I wait for 1 year to get that experience? Should I start looking for the opportunities? Okay. So you the total experience right now is just 8 to 9 months. I would suggest, if most other things are good in your company, uh, just stick to that company for at least a couple of years. 8 to 9 months may, unless you have a toxic manager, or रात को नींद नहीं आ रही है, like कुछ ऐसा health issue हो रहा है, then of course that is always first. But um, leave कम मिल रहा है, and these things, like unless it is uh, like paid leave भी नहीं मिल रहा है, let's say you want to take a leave and you are okay with money being cut for it from your salary, वैसा भी नहीं मिल रहा है, तो फिर मतलब दिक्कत है कि भाई मान लो कुछ इमरजेंसी हो गया घर में, या कोई शादी है, या लाइक समथिंग दैट यू वांट टू टेक, and then they're not willing to give that also. Like I feel most companies are happy uh, giving an unpaid leave. Like paid leaves में सबको दिक्कत आता है, but unpaid leaves, if you are taking, uh, then then really that that's there. तो एक बार, from my perspective, if you are getting good learning experience, that is actually quite rare to get. And again, I'm saying this because I talk to like lots of people. uh, most कंपनीज में उल्टा होता है, पैसा मिल जाता है बट देन लर्निंग नहीं होता है. तो just always remember that careers are 30 years, 40 years long. The money will follow, other things will get sorted with time. Just focus on learning for now, and that's what you're actually getting in this company. So I would suggest ki, stay here for like at least 1 year more. And so like almost when you have like 2 years of total experience, then maybe you can switch. And at that time, you yourself would see like companies other companies want to get you, because you have stayed at a company for some time. 8 to 9 months में switch करोगे, that does not look good on your resume. Okay. Apurva says, "Hi, I'm preparing for SD role for past 4 months. I'm getting some interviews, but the number is less. I want to know two things: where to prepare for mock interviews, free platform, and how to get more interviews. I'm applying actively." So Purva, can you just reply to the message? How many companies have you applied to, and how many interviews that you get? Don't send a new message. Just click on reply on the top right of your message. Just quickly reply. Total applications कितने थे, and number of interviews कितने थे, X and Y. Just X space Y. Just reply that. Rough number should work. Okay. So companies applied total is 50, 50. And how many interviews have you given? Just write the number. Like I know that the context will be number of interviews. Interviews single digit. All right. ठीक है. तो the most logical way to look at this is to get more interviews. Just apply more. If you apply to 50 companies and got a couple of interviews. Then if you apply to 500 companies, then you will get more interviews. So that's the answer to the second question. um, Interviews is a numbers game, so just apply to more companies. And the first thing is mock interviews. There are some platforms. um, I think Topmate also does, like, basically people can list their services there. So just try to find if there are people who have listed free mock interviews. Um, yeah, the demand for them would be more actually if someone is doing that. But yeah, if you check out a bunch of people, I think you should be able to find someone who is providing mock interviews for free. Yeah. So there's just, like, talk to more people, look at more profiles, you should be able to find it. Okay. Um let's move to the next question. Hey, I have 9 months experience as a front end dev at a startup. I know React Native. Next. All right. I got into tech in a startup. I worked hard there, learned many new things, but I got fired from the startup in April 23. Okay. So, like, almost 2 years now. Wow. Okay. Since then, till now, I was in self doubt. That is tech for me. Okay. Reason for firing is they gave was ownership issue, financial condition of company, need to be more productive at a fast paced startup, look for MNC. Okay. Okay. So basically, they said, ki, hey, startup may we need more fast pace, more productivity, and, like, maybe MNC would be better suited. So that's the reason they gave. In this career gap, I've done a lot of things. I've done I helped in family business, sales and accounts, got mentorship from a bunch of places, solved a lot of coding challenges. I've given a couple of interviews but got rejected. Okay, how to restart my career? Okay, so good thing is ki you have done this 2 years back. You have learned things, you have applied to a company, you have worked in a company. So pretty much you know how to do it. There's no there's no, like, black box for you. So what you need to do is you just need to trust the process again, get into that uh, building projects zone again, build a bunch of things, break a bunch of things, and yeah, I think just apply to a test which is happening on Sunday. So yeah, I think that should be helpful. Overall, like, I see this as, like, an easy question, because of course from your perspective it feels like, अरे कैसे क्या होगा, but like, compared to the other questions that we have discussed today, like, this feels like कि you already know what to do. Now it is just कि hey, uh, वो थोड़ा, like you said, self doubt है कि is tech for me or not. तो ये होता है, ये सबको होता है. Actually, सुबह ही, like, early morning, I got a ping from a senior person, actually, who is in the industry for years now. And he has worked professionally as both a front end dev and a back end dev as well. Like, so दो job profiles में he has professionally worked. And मतलब again same चीज कि भाई imposter syndrome हो रहा है कि भाई am I at the right place or not. तो ये होता है, this is pretty normal. um, in your case I would just say कि you have the evidence कि the process works, right? So I don't need to convince you of that. I can just say कि भाई jobs are there, you get into your process again, and whenever you're ready, or even if you're not ready, just start applying to companies, give our hiring test, and then yeah, within a couple of months you should be at a good place. Like you should basically be able to start your tech career again. Um, yeah, that's about it. All right, let's just move to the next question. I'm a newbie. Can you answer me? I'm a dropout looking for freelancing, interested in front end. I want to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, frameworks, and libraries like Tailwind and 3JS and Astro. This is good to start with these languages. Yeah, yeah, I think it's good to go actually. Um, Overall, um, you mentioned like all things basically. You mentioned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Tailwind, 3JS, Astro. Pretty much you covered everything. So yeah, I think the roadmap looks good. Now it is just about how much time you spent with these things. Uh, I would suggest focus more on HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Other things come and go. Other things are just shiny things. HTML, CSS, JavaScript are Lindy things, which means that they have been around for a long time and they will be around for a long time. So all the fundamentals are based on this itself. Just master these and then only move to other things. Like don't jump to like Tailwind directly without understanding CSS. Similarly for other things as well. Okay. Um. Okay. I see another question. I am 28 years old. I am learning web dev from last 3 years with preparation of government exam. All right, I have some projects on React. I also have understanding of deploying an app to EC2 and backend. Very nice. So basically you have both uh, front end and backend experience. I'm a 2019 batch mechanical pass student. In DSA I'm noob. Can I get a job with salary around 50K a month, or should I leave this field? Okay. um So from a salary perspective, like I think this is definitely doable if you understand front end as well as back end. Uh, Definitely, I think this looks doable. Um, I would just suggest have a couple of projects on your resume that showcase this. This, for example, you mentioned that you have AWS experience, you have backend experience. तो आप अपने resume में just mention those things, that like share a link of your apps that you have deployed. um, Basically show your backend expertise there. And yeah, I think if you do that, then shortlisting should be easy for the recruiter, because recruiter at the end of the day is looking for someone who can clear the interviews, right? So if you have hands on uh, skills, then definitely uh, do that. All right. And yeah, I would suggest just attempt a hiring test on Sunday. I think that should also help with this. Okay, let's move. Okay, Pavan says, "Hey Swapnil, how are you doing?" Yeah, man, I'm good. Good. Long time. Long time. What's up? How how are you doing? क्या चल रहा है?
Hey Swapnil, hi.
You man, long time.
Yeah, yeah. So I just joined, to see what you have to say. Yeah, I mean, you remember, right? 5 years back, we used to have the same calls, and you kind of
Yeah.
changed my life forever. So, yeah, one of the guys was saying like he has no degree and he just started, so that just
Yeah.
pushed me back like 5 years back. I
Yeah,
was in the
man.
same position exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so yeah, so that's what I was just, what do you call? Just remembering all those talks we had.
yeah. Yeah. अभी
Yeah.
अभी where are you right now? क्या चल रहा है?
I completely shifted to full-time freelancing
Okay.
like 1 year back. From
Okay.
then on of work I'm doing actually. I
अच्छा.
got some long-term US client actually.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But I think there's a other side that actually I'm afraid now.
Okay.
What if what if I lose that? That's the question that's been lingering around in my mind.
अच्छा.
Because what happened is from last 3 months onwards, I was trying to apply for jobs. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. So I know. I mean, I've been working with front end, back end, and mobile applications like React Native, Expo, all
Right.
this stuff. So, but uh, out of from 3 months onwards, I almost applied to 60, 70 companies.
Okay.
None of them got back to me.
Hmm.
But few got back to me,
Hmm.
not for the link for the first interview, but
Right.
with
Right.
the saying that with the current market we can't pay you that much.
Can you DM me the number? Like just put it in the chat. I'll not read it out. I just want to see कि भाई.
Okay, so yeah, that's
Oh
for
man. Oh man.
4 years, 4.5 years of
नहीं
experience.
भाई ये तो मतलब like I can tell you कि like
Yeah,
at this market
yeah,
this is
yeah,
even
I get
even
it.
even if I pitch I will not be able to justify
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I get it. So when I was doing the job, right? So this
Hmm.
was my last
Understood.
package, which I
Understood.
shared you.
Yeah, yeah.
But with this freelancing thing, it actually boasted too much. Uh,
Correct.
Now, what the first number I told is actually a bit. I mean, if you convert
I
USD
will
to,
I'll share you very honestly जो जो last number भी you have shared ना
hmm,
market अभी उतना भी नहीं है.
huh,
So yeah, because
yeah,
like I am like doing this day in and day out, right?
yeah,
So from market perspective, that's there.
hmm,
The other negative sort of thing that comes with the hiring a freelancer back into the corporate industry is कि the
hmm,
HR knows कि भाई this person has tasted freedom, है ना?
yeah, oh
तो
yeah,
so
hmm,
they know कि भाई this person will not stay.
uh, oh, okay,
It makes sense, right?
yeah, 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 totally, totally,
A
yeah,
company hires you. They initially just train you for the first 3 to 6 months, and
hmm,
then at the end of 1 year they are breaking even, and then second year, third year onwards,
yeah,
they are making a margin. They're making profit,
exactly,
and
yeah,
from a retention perspective, like even when we shortlist, we know ki hey, like the reason should be very clear. Why
yeah.
is this person getting back to a full-time job from a
Hmm.
freelancing job? So
I think
yeah.
I can answer it in a reverse way. Why did I get into freelance in the first place? Is that I can't work here in US legally.
Hmm. Okay.
So as I don't have degree, right, this visa thing, I won't get it. So even they're ready to sponsor visa, but I'm not eligible.
Oh,
You get it right.
understood.
So
Yeah. I think I
so
remember.
uh, so
Yeah.
dropping out is a mistake, I think.
Hmm.
But it's high time. I'm
Got it.
I'm 25 now. I just started doing BCA again. Sat in the first semester of Bachelor's of Computer Applications.
अरे वाह.
Back again. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The system is थोड़ा yeah that way.
So that's the reason they said that okay, come here, I can pay you
Hmm.
work and all. That's the reason I went in. That's the first place.
Got it.
Yeah. But what you said also makes totally sense. Totally makes sense. Uh, so that's what is lingering because it's again a freelance, right? Tomorrow they can just mail me saying that hey, the contract is done,
Yeah.
and
So
I have no.
in general,
Hmm.
that's also like I think that was the last thing that I want to mention, which is कि freelancing में generally you are paid more because
Hmm.
of two things.
Hmm.
Um, not sorry more. हाँ मतलब one thing too is this thing कि the stability is not there. It's
Hmm.
almost like a monthly subscription that you are renewing.
Exactly.
Um, and the the other thing is also key when you are coming from freelancing to a full-time job. Another
Hmm.
negative thing that comes up is the taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
Freelancing में you would be paying 10%, and
Yes.
idhar mein you will like cross 30, right? Like
Yes.
the numbers that you mentioned, you're crossing 30 basically.
Yes.
So
So that's the reason I just started a company of my own just to save this taxes and all.
yeah,
Working under that company name, but I'm the only one working in that company, kind of. So that's kind of just
understood.
protect and barrier to
Got
save this taxes and all.
हाँ,
But none of this will work if I come back to job.
yeah, yeah, yeah. तो एक बार थोड़ा और सोच लो.
Hmm.
Maybe uh, sometime next week, if you want to just have a chat, just ping me on Discord. We can talk
Yeah.
on this. And just send me your resume as well. Like if I have someone
Sure,
who's
sure.
looking for a lead developer, I can
Sure,
float
sure.
it around. But yeah, I think from a numbers perspective, वो you'll
Hmm.
have to be ready for that. कि अगर like what is it you're looking for basically?
You're asking the question?
No.
Oh,
I meant to
okay,
say
okay. Yeah,
कि
yeah,
when you are jumping back or going back to a job from freelance,
yeah.
you
Hmm.
need to be clear on what's the reason. For example, reason is कि hey, you want more stability. Um,
I,
so मतलब basically like it will come at a cost is what I'm saying.
huh. Yeah, I mean, I have a good reason. Like, the work I'm doing here is like kind of monotonous.
Right.
I hardly work for 2 to 3 hours.
No, man, let's not talk more. This is like
Okay.
this is a one-on-one conversation, not a
Yeah.
group conversation.
Fine, fine.
Just to set the context for everyone else. Generally ऐसा नहीं होता है. Like in a senior role, you also have to work a lot. It's just that maybe the work that he's doing,
Yeah.
right? Like he's a master at that now, so it's taking him less time. And the corollary to that is कि that's the reason now he's saying कि भाई अब learning नहीं हो रहा है. So then
Exactly.
then he
Exactly.
wants to
Yeah.
switch, right? Um, so from a company perspective, again, the reason a company pays someone to do something is because of their expertise. So
Mm-hmm.
company के लिए तो हमेशा यही होता है कि the faster you can do something, the more they're ready to pay. Now,
Yeah.
if you want to learn something new, which means ki you want to do some work, like whenever you are being hired, they'll always ask you about your past work, right? And then they
Mm-hmm.
will try to see kitna overlap hai between your past work and the this JD.
Yeah.
तो जितना कम होगा, from your perspective, it's like a better fit. But
Hmm.
from their perspective, they'll always think यार इसको तो उसमें time लगेगा ramp up होने में.
Yeah.
So again, then also you lose that negotiation wala basically
Upper hand.
leverage,
Yeah.
upper hand कि भाई if you say कि hey I'm a master of X, Y and Z, तो
Hmm.
ये someone else might be able to match your high numbers. But फिर वो दूसरा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं होगा कि भाई सीखना भी है. तो मतलब
Hmm.
ओवरऑल आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि द करंट स्टेट यू आर इन, most likely I see a pay cut happening. But as
Mm-hmm.
long as you are clear with ki, hey, these are the reasons for the pay cut,
Yeah.
that sort of works well for everyone. Because still, you're just still 25, right?
Yes.
There's still like 30, 40 years of career left for you. So, and I can tell you seeing at your numbers कि भाई दिक्कत तो तुम्हें नहीं आएगा पैसे का लाइफ में. तो
Uh, yeah, but the satisfaction and all this mental thing is going on for almost 2 3 months now. Uh,
see,
yeah.
like they tell me what's the mental thing.
Yeah, it's getting into my head. Like, what if one day I lose all of this and
Yeah,
all?
yeah. So
This will be
money,
huge.
money, money is always a like moving goalpost. I'm assuming you have some savings also, right? You're not
Uh,
just like spending 100% of your salary.
um, no, actually, not a lot of savings.
Okay.
Yeah, which I can barely push for 4 months, 5 to 6 months.
नहीं तो फिर इतना इतना पैसा गया कहाँ ब्रो? Like you
Oh,
had
because I dropped out of two colleges, right? So a lot of debts from my family side and
got it.
sisters
So
married. Yeah, we all
हाँ
have this.
ठीक है
Yeah.
मतलब ठीक है. I think मतलब paying debts off, that's also a great feeling, right? That's also like वही I
Yes.
meant to say कि भाई उतने expenses नहीं है ना तुम्हारे. It is
Huh.
just कि हाँ debt था तो था. So that is something that is a one टाइम थिंग, तो वो खत्म हो गया तो अभी वट एवर यू मेक उसमें से तो तुम्हें और कहीं नहीं पे करना ना, लाइक नाउ
Exactly. Yeah.
प्रीटी मच इट्स सॉर्टेड. तो
Yeah.
इफ यू थिंक
Hardly
अबाउट,
30 to 40,000 per month would be the expense for the entire family.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, तो आई थिंक उससे तो ज़्यादा मिलेगा ही, राइट? मतलब यू हैव
Hmm.
लाइक
Hmm.
4 years ऑफ
Hmm. Hmm.
एक्सपीरियंस
Hmm.
नाउ, तो उससे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मिलेगा ही. सो नाउ मतलब आई थिंक इफ यू जस्ट लुक एट द एब्सोल्यूट नंबर्स, मे बी वो थोड़ा मेंटली लगता है कि अरे कम क्यों हो रहा है. बट इफ यू सी द
Hmm.
डिफरेंस बिटवीन व्हाट्स कमिंग एंड व्हाट्स गोइंग आउट एंड व्हाट्स स्टेइंग विद यू एज अ सेविंग, I think
Yeah.
that is only going to increase. So like you have, like when you're out of debt, you are basically sorted, right? Now,
Yes.
now like there are no liabilities basically. Like that's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
So
That is the only. Yeah. That's the only best part. I don't have no. I have no liabilities and all. But
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
what I get is what I have.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
ठीक है, हो जाएगा figure out. And of
Sure.
course
Sure.
like थोड़ा mentally it will take time, like
Yeah.
ये होता ही है. But yeah, I think let's talk sometime next week when we're on
Sure. Sure.
Discord,
Sure.
and yeah, let's see what we can do. Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
nice talking to you, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Same to you.
All right, let's move to the next one. um Aditya says, "Hi Swapnil, sorry if you have covered this before. I want to know how should one start if they are learning from beginning. I feel like I'm not consistent and I keep switching between free code camp, Udemy, or YouTube playlists." Okay, so this is a common problem actually. Switching is not a good thing. What you need to do is pick one roadmap and stick to it. Uh, when I first learned programming, it was almost कितना टाइम हो गया यार, like it's almost 13 years back. When I learned programming, I just picked one resource. It was called W3 Schools, and सब उधर से सीख लिया. So what you need to do is pick one thing. It could be free code camp, it could be a Udemy course, it could be a YouTube playlist. Pick one thing that you like. Maybe you like spend 30 minutes each to see ki what matches your style most, what how you learn the best, and then you just pick and complete that till the end. Like that is how you will build depth. This is something that I say in a lot of my calls ki abhi, like in the age of AI, depth is what matters. अगर तुमने हर ट्यूटोरियल से ऊपर ऊपर का देख लिया है तो अभी नहीं चलेगा. अभी you need to have that depth, and depth will come by spending time on it. So when you go to the advanced sections of any roadmap, that is where you're building your your advantage or your depth, which AI will not be able to do as of right now. So if you're learning from the beginning, pick one thing, don't switch. Of course, it will be hard when an advanced concept is introduced, but think about this is कि अगर easy होता तो सब कोई कर लेते, right? If you were in a college or like think of your school friends, अगर कोडिंग उतना आसान होता तो सभी आईटी फील्ड में होते, राइट? लाइक एवरीवन अराउंड यू वुड बी डूइंग दिस, क्योंकि पैसा तो है बहुत. तो क्यों नहीं है सब लोग इसमें? क्योंकि हार्ड है, राइट? तो जब हार्ड चीज आ रही है, दैट इज व्हेन वी नीड टू पुश थ्रू. Like if any one of you goes to the gym, that's the saying, there's a common saying ki जब तक like it doesn't start paining, तब तक you're just doing warm up. When it starts paining, the the pushes you do after it starts paining, that is where growth is happening. So here is the same thing, which is don't switch, pick one thing, pick free code camp, pick Udemy, pick YouTube. It doesn't matter actually. If you're not, if you're like confused about it, just do a coin toss between okay, तीन में कैसे करेंगे coin toss? Okay, maybe just roll a die and assign two numbers to each of the three things, and जो आता है just pick that and just complete it till the end. That is what I would suggest you to do, and then yeah, let's talk again after a couple of months whenever you have completed this. Okay, this is done, this is done, this is done. Okay, final question. I'm a computer science graduate. I have 8 years of experience, currently working as senior network engineer. I always had passion for software development, so I have learned Mern Stack with Bootcamp and built some full stack projects as a hobby. Nice. Is it a wise decision to think about switching the career in 2025 as AI has taken over everywhere? Got it. Got it. So, when you see AI taking over things, you'll see that most of the things that it is doing, it's almost like uh, it's a very well defined uh, problem, or like a shallow kind of a work. What that means is, let's say there is some basic problem that you run into. Before AI, what we used to do as developers was, we used to Google it or search on Stack Overflow. We go to that particular question, see the answers, see which is the most voted answer, and then try making those changes in the code and then see if it works or not. The the only thing that AI has pretty much changed is this workflow itself, which is, instead of searching and going to a different website and then copying things and all that, you can just ask the AI to do it for you. The There are good things and bad things about this. The good thing about this is, now it saves time for someone who is already a developer. ठीक है? तो ये तो बात हुई जो already developers हैं. Let's talk about people who are not developers. Like, for example, someone like you, or maybe a couple more folks in the chat who are on the learning journey and looking to break uh, into things. So the thing is कि most or many people are using AI to learn as well, which is sort of bad while learning, because then you are not building depth yourself. There's a new term in town. It's called vibe coding. If you're on social media, you might have heard of it. People are just like, it's almost like they don't have the depth or the knowledge of building things, and then they're just relying on AI to help make them something, but they don't have any depth. If they run into some bug or an issue in their code or app, they won't be able to debug it. So from a job perspective, like, there are two perspectives. From a hobby perspective, yes, they are good to go, but from a job perspective, they are not employable, because they don't know what to do when things go wrong. So the bad thing about, for people who are wanting to break into tech, is that most people are getting sidetracked by AI. कह रहे AI use करके निकाल लेंगे. But that opens more doors for someone like you, who is uh, pretty much wanting to get into tech, but they know कि भाई हाँ, we will learn things in depth, we will build projects on our own. So the concern that you mentioned, whether I will get a job if I switch or not, you will. And I think I answered this for someone uh, earlier in the session as well. Having some experience with you, you already know how to do things in the corporate industry. You know how to work with people, you know how to manage projects and all that. So that's an already an advantage for you. And if you learn coding ka depth as well, then jobs are there. The jobs which are not there are, or what usually happens when people say कि job nahi hai, is because they go to an interview and they try to just showcase their AI skills. करे ऐसे कर लेंगे, and the interviewer, within 2-3 questions, they are able to judge कि भाई अरे, this person does not have substance, depth नहीं है. So that is the दिक्कत that happens. For someone who is going into depth, there will always be jobs for those people. So yeah, your concern, will I get a job if I switch? You will definitely. If you have skills, if you have built full stack projects, then definitely. All right. Okay, I see. Thank you for this session. Someone says, founder reached out to me to fix the mess he made with vibe coding on his product's front end before its release. Right, right. So that's the thing, right? Ki, they can make toy projects, but they cannot make production level projects, and that is where uh, you know we can shine, wherein we have the depth to be able to build those kind of projects. Cool, folks. That's about it. We are like almost 15, 16 minutes past the allotted time. So we'll uh, break it off here. And thank you for joining in. We had variety of questions discussed. I like the variety. Touched on a lot of topics. Um, just share your key takeaway in the chat. I just want to just see कि हमने जो जो discuss किया, uh, what actually like what is like something you'll take away from this session. We'll just wait 30 seconds. Just type something, either one line, one word, two words. uh, Type something that you learn from here and that you will take away. And then okay, s- I see some takeaways already. Okay, insightful. Okay, give Cacto test. Yeah, man, this is an amazing takeaway. ये तो मतलब of course this is the takeaway. Uh, Learning with depth. This is super important actually. Like if something, if you take away something, this is what you should, which is depth. So पहले पहले के ज़माने में, when I say पहले का ज़माना, I mean like 2 years 3 years back, तब jobs बट रहे थे ऐसे. तो तब डेप्थ है नहीं है तब मैटर नहीं करता था. बट उससे पहले मैटर करता था. एंड एज ऑफ टुडे ऑल्सो इट मैटर्स. एंड इट्स एक्चुअली देयर इन एवरी इंडस्ट्री. So just build depth and then jobs will follow. I like the way you motivate us. Nice, nice. POV changing of current situation. All right. Thank you, Swapnil. Will stick to one roadmap. Get back to you after finishing that. Almost awesome, awesome. Discipline. All right, all right. What is the test on Sunday? So basically we run this hiring tests every Sunday. So I just say share the link in the chat. So whichever companies come to hire from us, so they're hiring for multiple roles. So based on different roles, we have different tests happening on Sunday. So it's a test wherein you're given a project to build. Like there's no theory, there's no DSA, there's nothing like that. It almost mimics day-to-day work, what you will actually be required to do on the job. That is what we test, your hands-on skills, and you'll be given 3 hours to sort of uh, work on that project, and then you submit the project. Based on the submission, we pitch you to companies. Okay, that's good. AI can help you win the sprint, but for marathon, we need to go deep. This is pretty nice summary. AI can help you to win a sprint, but for winning the marathon, we need to go deep. Amazing. Got broader perspective, especially from senior folks. Take away confidence to proceed as I planned. All awesome, awesome. Cool. With that, we'll end this and hope to see a bunch of you attempt our test. And yeah, also the action items we discussed. Hope to see some follow-ups in the next AMA session, either later this month or sometime next month. Cool, folks. Thank you for joining in and have a great rest of the night. Bye bye.